Welcome back to the Wealthy Good Life podcast. Today we're diving deep into something that's got me really fired up, building niche websites that actually make money.
Yeah, it's a really cool area.
It might seem kind of techie at first, but don't worry.
Oh, yeah, we're going to break it all down.
Simple steps, anyone can do it?
Exactly. You don't have to be like a coding whiz or anything.
No, not at all.
The key is finding something, a topic that you're passionate about,
Right.
and building a website that's the place to go for that specific thing.
So instead of trying to be like the Walmart of websites,
Right.
you're more like that awesome little specialty shop that everyone loves?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. And the best part, less competition. Think about it.
Yeah.
It's easier to stand out when you're the expert in one thing.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, I'm seeing the appeal here.
Yeah.
But can you really make like a good living from a niche website?
Oh, for sure. The income potential is seriously impressive. We've seen sites making thousands per month, even tens of thousands sometimes, and that's not even counting selling the site later on.
Okay, you've got my attention. What makes niche sites so much better than, say, just doing social media stuff?
It comes down to owning something. With a niche site, you're building an asset.
Okay, I see that.
Social media algorithms change all the time.
Right.
Your audience can just disappear.
Poof, gone. Yeah, it's scary.
But with your own website, you're in control.
Gotcha. But what about the whole passive income idea? Is that for real with niche sites?
It's totally achievable, and that's what's so exciting. Once you've got your site going, creating good content, it can just keep making money.
Even when you're, like, on vacation?
Exactly. That's the dream, right?
Okay, how do we find this magical niche?
Patent is a great starting point, but it's not the whole story. You got to consider demand too. Are people actually searching for this?
Right.
And profitability. Are there ways to make money in this niche?
Okay, it's got to tick all those boxes.
Yeah, passion, demand, and ways to make money from it.
Got it. Any examples come to mind? What kind of niches are we talking about?
There are so many. We've seen sites about everything from tennis ball machines to Islay Scotch, even travel credit cards and video editing software.
Okay, so it really is diverse.
Yeah, anything you can think of, there's probably a niche for it.
Okay, but how do you actually build a niche site? I'm not exactly a tech expert.
You don't have to be. There are super user-friendly platforms out there.
Really?
It's way easier than you think.
Okay, phew. So walk us through the basics.
First up, you need a domain name. That's your website's address online. Then you'll need hosting, a company that stores your site's files. We recommend DreamHost.
DreamHost, okay.
Super user-friendly, affordable. They even give you a free domain name.
Nice. So once we've got that set up, what's next?
Content.
Ah, yes, content is king.
It's what brings people to your site, what makes you the go-to source.
But making all that content, that can feel overwhelming. Where do you even begin?
Have a strategy. We suggest focusing on both epic, long-form articles, those are like 1,500 words or more, and then shorter, regular content, 500 words and up.
So it's a mix, a good balance.
Yeah, mix it up. And for ideas, here's a little tip. Think about your own search history. What questions did you have when you were first researching this topic?
That's actually brilliant. You're right, we've all been there.
Exactly. Tap into that.
Okay, but what if writing isn't my strong suit?
No problem. You can outsource some of the writing to freelancers. Sites like Upwork and Fiverr are great for that. Or repurpose old content, maybe turn a blog post into a video, or expand a short article into a bigger guide.
Right, site is up, content is flowing. How do we get people to actually find our site?
That's where SEO comes in, search engine optimization.
Ah, yes, SEO, the magic acronym everyone throws around.
It's all about making your site attractive to search engines like Google.
So Google likes it, it shows up higher in search results.
Exactly, and that means more people find you.
Okay, I'm getting it. But isn't it all about just using the right keywords?
Keywords are important, but you got to use them naturally. Google's getting smarter, can tell when you're just stuffing keywords in.
So it's got to sound good for people, too.
Exactly. Another big factor is backlinks, links from other websites to yours.
Backlinks, right. Like, the more the better.
Well, the quality matters more than quantity. It's like a vote of confidence from other sites.
Makes sense. But how do you get those backlinks? Do you just email people and ask?
You can do outreach, but the best backlinks happen organically. You create awesome content that people naturally want to link to.
So quality content wins again.
It all comes back to that.
All right, let's talk about the money part. How do we actually make money from our niche site?
Affiliate marketing is a big one, especially for beginners.
Affiliate marketing, that's where you recommend other people's products.
Yeah, and get a commission if someone buys through your link.
I see.
A great starting point is the Amazon Associates program.
Amazon, okay.
Really user-friendly, lots of products to choose from.
Right, and you just weave those affiliate links into your content.
Exactly. Product reviews, how-to guides, all sorts of places. You can also find programs specific to your niche, but beyond just linking products, you can monetize with display ads.
Oh yeah, like those banners you see on some sites.
Exactly. Google AdSense is a popular program for that.
Okay, AdSense. I've heard of that. But doesn't that get annoying for readers? Too many ads?
It can, so you got to be strategic. Don't clutter your site.
Right, find that balance.
And the ultimate goal, you could even sell your own products or services.
Oh, wow. So you're not just relying on commissions, you're creating your own thing.
Exactly. Ebooks, online courses, anything that provides value to your audience.
That's awesome. Okay, I'm starting to see just how much potential there is here.
There's a lot to explore. And remember, niche sites, they're not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Right?
It takes effort, consistency.
It's building a business.
Exactly. But the payoff can be huge.
I'm definitely intrigued, and I'm sure our listeners are too. But before we go any further, I just want to remind everyone to head over to wealthygoodlife.com.
Yeah, check it out.
We have tons of resources, tools, and inspiration to help you on your niche site journey.
It's a great place to start.
Now, let's get back to this deep dive. We've covered a lot about niche sites in general, but I want to zero in on a specific type that's been getting a lot of buzz: micro-niche sites.
Ooh, yeah, micro niches, those are interesting.
They're like the next level of specialization.
Exactly. Laser focus.
But why go so narrow? What's the advantage of a micro-niche?
Think about it. Even less competition. You're targeting a super specific audience.
Right.
So you're more likely to become the authority on that tiny little sliver of the internet.
Dominating your tiny pond instead of getting lost in the ocean. I like that analogy.
It's a good one.
But can you really make money with a site that focused?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, a lot of people find they can actually become profitable much faster with a micro niche.
Really? Why is that?
Because you're targeting a very specific group, you can often charge more for your products or services. People are willing to pay a premium for expertise.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like those specialized boutiques, they can charge more because they offer something unique.
Exactly.
So building a micro-niche site, is it any different from building a regular niche site?
The fundamentals are pretty similar, but with a micro niche, validating your idea is even more crucial.
Right, making sure there's actually an audience and a way to make money.
Exactly.
Okay, so the research phase is super important.
Absolutely.
Got it. But once you've validated your idea, does the process of actually building the site and creating content change?
Well, content creation for micro niches often involves going really deep into a topic. You're providing highly detailed, comprehensive information.
So it's all about becoming that ultimate resource for that very specific thing.
Exactly.
Okay, I can see how that would appeal to a certain audience. But what about monetization? Are the strategies different for micro niches?
The same methods apply, but micro niche owners often find they have more success with affiliate marketing and selling their own products.
I can see why. You know your audience so well, you can really tailor your recommendations and offerings.
Exactly.
Okay, so what about the income potential? What can someone realistically expect to earn with a micro niche site?
It's tough to give a hard number.
Right.
It really depends on so many factors.
Okay, that makes sense.
But it's not uncommon to see people earning hundreds, even thousands of dollars per month. And some really successful micro-niche sites can make much more, especially if they expand into things like online courses or memberships.
Okay, so the potential is definitely there. But what about the long-term viability? Can a micro niche site really sustain itself over time?
Absolutely, especially if you're willing to adapt as your audience's needs change.
Right, stay up to date, keep learning.
And explore new monetization opportunities as they pop up.
So you're treating your micro niche site like a real business, not just a side project.
Exactly.
Okay, got it. Now, what about challenges? Building and managing a micro niche site, it can't be all sunshine and roses, right?
Well, one of the biggest hurdles is finding that perfect micro-niche.
Right. Like where your interest, the demand, and the monetization potential all align.
Exactly. It can take some digging, some experimentation.
So be prepared to put in the research.
And once you've found your niche, creating enough high-quality content can be a challenge.
Right, because you're dealing with a very specific topic.
You got to become a real expert, offer something truly unique.
That's a good point. It's not just about churning out generic content.
And then there's traffic generation.
Right, getting people to actually find your site.
Especially in the beginning, that can be tough.
So you got to be creative with your marketing.
For sure.
But I'm confident that with the right approach and a bit of hustle, these challenges can be overcome.
Oh, absolutely. And remember, there's a whole community of micro-niche site owners out there.
Right, you don't have to go it alone.
Connect with people, learn from their experiences.
So many resources online, forums, blog posts, even courses.
It's amazing what you can find out there.
Okay, before we get into the nitty-gritty is actually building a micro-niche site, let's take a quick break to remind our listeners about the fantastic resources over at wealthygoodlife.com.
Yeah, head over there after this.
It's the place to be for anyone looking to build a profitable online business, whether it's a micro-niche site or any other venture.
Tons of information, support, and inspiration.
All right, now back to our deep dive. Let's get practical. What's the very first step someone should take if they're interested in building a micro-niche site?
Start brainstorming.
Brainstorming, okay.
Think about your passions, your hobbies, your skills. What are you already knowledgeable about?
Right, tap into those existing interests.
What problems have you solved in your own life that you could help others with?
Ooh, that's a good one. Sometimes our own struggles can lead to great business ideas.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got our list of potential micro niches. How do we narrow it down and choose the best one?
Time for some research.
Research, here we go again.
You got to make sure there's an audience for your idea and a way to make money.
Right, validate, validate, validate. We talked about that earlier.
Crucial.
So we're looking at keywords, checking out competitor websites, seeing what products or services we could potentially promote as an affiliate. But how do we actually do that research? What tools should we be using?
Well, Google Keyword Planner is a great place to start.
Keyword Planner, yep, we talked about that earlier.
It's a free tool from Google, shows you how many people are searching for certain keywords.
Right, and how competitive those keywords are.
Exactly.
So we're looking for that sweet spot. Decent search volume, but not too much competition.
Exactly. You want to be able to rank for those keywords and actually get traffic to your site.
Makes sense. Are there any other tools or strategies you recommend for validating those micro niche ideas?
SEMrush is a fantastic tool, but it's a paid one.
SEMrush, okay.
It gives you really in-depth data on keywords, competitors, even helps you audit your own website later on.
So it's like a more advanced all-in-one SEO tool.
Exactly. And RFs is another great one. Similar features.
RFs, okay, got it. So we've got our tools for research. What about choosing a domain name? Is there a special way to approach that for a micro niche site?
Well, you want a domain name that's relevant to your niche, easy to remember, and of course available to register.
Right, makes sense. But it feels like all the good ones are taken already. Any tips for coming up with a good domain name?
One strategy is to use a keyword-rich domain name, but don't make it an exact match.
Keyword rich, meaning it includes some of our target keywords?
Exactly. But those exact match domains, where the domain is the exact keyword, they're not as effective as they used to be.
Google's onto us, huh?
They are.
So be creative, but also make sure it makes sense for your niche.
That's the balance.
Got it. Okay, domain name is sorted. What about the technical stuff, like setting up the actual website?
Choosing the right hosting provider is crucial.
Right, that's where your site lives online.
And like we mentioned earlier, we highly recommend DreamHost.
DreamHost, yep.
Affordable, easy to use, great customer support.
Okay, so we've got our domain, our hosting. What next?
You need a content management system, a CMS.
A what?
ACNS, basically the software that powers your website.
Oh, okay.
And the one we recommend, hands down, is WordPress.
WordPress, I've heard of that.
It's the most popular one out there, super user-friendly, lots of customization options.
So even a tech newbie like me can handle it.
You got it.
Okay, that's reassuring.
And once you have WordPress installed, you need to pick a theme.
A theme.
It's like a template, determines the look and feel of your website.
Oh, okay, like the overall design.
Exactly.
I bet there are tons to choose from.
Thousands. Free ones, paid ones, there's one for everyone.
Wow. Any tips for picking the right theme?
Make sure it's responsive, meaning it looks good on all devices.
Phones, tablets, everything.
Exactly.
Okay, responsive, got it.
Loading speed is important too.
Right, nobody likes a slow website.
And consider the customization options.
You might be able to personalize it.
Make it your own.
Great tips. So beyond the theme, what else should we think about design-wise?
Navigation is key. Make it easy for people to find what they're looking for.
Right, clear menus, easy to use.
And don't underestimate the power of visuals.
Images, videos, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. It makes your site more engaging.
And don't forget about white space.
Oh, yeah, that's important.
Gives your content room to breathe.
Makes it more readable.
Okay, so we've got our website looking good, all set up.
Now it's time for the fun part.
What's that?
Creating that awesome content.
Ah, yes, content is king. We've heard it before.
It's what's going to bring people to your site, establish you as the go-to expert.
But creating all that content, it can feel daunting.
It can.
Before we dive into the specifics, I just want to remind everyone to visit wealthygoodlife.com.
Yeah, so many great resources there.
We've got articles, tutorials, case studies, all sorts of stuff to help you create content that converts, builds your audience, and takes you online business to the next level.
It's a great resource.
Okay, back to the deep dive. We've established that content is crucial, especially for micro-niche sites.
It's everything.
But what types of content work best? And how do we make sure our content is truly valuable and engaging for our hyper-focused audience?
Well, one of the most effective content types for micro-niche sites is the in-depth guide or tutorial.
Okay, those comprehensive resources that really dive deep into a specific topic.
Exactly. You're walking people through a process, teaching them a skill.
Becoming the ultimate resource for that one very specific thing.
That's the goal.
I see how that would be super valuable for a niche audience.
For sure.
So in-depth guides, got it. What else?
Product reviews are a great option too.
Oh yeah, those could be super helpful.
Especially if you're doing affiliate marketing.
Right, you're recommending products that are relevant to your niche and earning a commission if someone buys through your link.
Exactly.
But you got to make sure those reviews are honest and unbiased, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, guides, reviews, Any other content types we should consider?
Case studies.
Case studies, what are those exactly?
They're basically stories that show how your methods or recommendations have worked in real life.
Ooh, I like that. People love stories.
They're persuasive.
They build credibility too, right? Like if you can show that your advice actually works, people are more likely to trust you.
Exactly.
So we've got our content types, but beyond that, are there any strategies we can use to make our content more engaging and stand out from the crowd?
Well, one simple but powerful tip is to use visuals.
Visuals, okay.
Images, videos, infographics, even memes. Anything that breaks up the text and makes it more visually appealing.
Makes sense. People are more likely to stick around if it's not just a wall of text.
Exactly. And another strategy is to tell stories.
Stories, I love it.
Everyone does.
They make your content more relatable, more memorable.
They help people connect with you on a deeper level.
Okay, so we're using visuals, telling stories. What about the actual writing process itself? Any tips for crafting clear, concise content that keeps people reading?
When you're writing for the web, it's important to keep things short and sweet.
Short and sweet, okay.
Use short paragraphs, bullet points, subheadings.
Right, make it scannable. People don't read online the way they read a book.
Exactly.
Okay, got it. Any other writing tips?
Use strong verbs, vivid language, and be sure to include examples that people can relate to.
So make it come alive.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've written our content, but what about editing? Any tips for polishing it up and making sure it's error-free?
Read your content out loud before you hit publish.
Out loud.
It helps you catch awkward phrasing and typos.
Ah, that's a good tip. I never do that.
It makes a difference.
Okay, I'll try it. Anything else?
Have someone else read it if you can.
A fresh pair of eyes.
They'll often catch things you miss.
Great advice. Okay, before we move on, just another reminder to visit wealthygoodlife.com for all sorts of helpful resources on content creation and everything else related to building a profitable online business.
It's a great community.
Okay, let's talk traffic. We've got our website, we've got our content. How do we actually get people to visit our micro-niche site?
That's where SEO comes in again.
SEO, we meet again. We touched on it earlier, but now I want to get into the specifics of SEO for micro-niche sites. What should we be focusing on?
Well, with micro-niche sites, keyword research is absolutely crucial.
Keywords, right.
Because your audience is so specific, you need to know exactly what words they're using to search for information.
So get inside their heads, figure out their language.
Exactly.
But how do we actually do that keyword research? Are there any specific techniques we should be using?
Google Keyword Planner is still a great tool for this.
Keyword Planner, okay.
It shows you the search volume for different keywords, how competitive they are.
So finding those keywords that have enough people searching for them but aren't too competitive?
Exactly.
Okay, got it. But beyond Keyword Planner, are there any other tools or strategies we should be using for micro-niche keyword research?
Definitely. Tools like SEMrush and Ahrefs can be super helpful.
Welcome back to the deep dive. I think we're starting to see just how much potential there is in these micro-niche sites. It's not just about picking a tiny topic. It's about understanding the psychology of a very specific audience.
Yeah, that's something a lot of people miss.
Right.
You're not just selling a product, you're selling a solution to a very specific problem.
It's like if someone is searching for, I don't know, best tennis shoes for clay courts with ankle support, they're not just browsing.
Right.
They're probably in pain or they're about to drop some serious cash on new shoes.
Exactly. And if your site can meet them right there with detailed reviews, comparisons, maybe even some personal stories,
Yeah.
you become more than just a website, you become a trusted source.
Like that example we talked about before with the scabies treatment site.
Oh, right.
What started as personal research turned into something that really helped people going through a specific and often frustrating problem.
And that's what's so cool about micro-niches. You can tap into these existing communities, online forums, social media groups, even niche publications, and become a valuable voice.
But I think there's also a fear factor, right? People hear micro-niche and think, isn't that too small? Will I run out of things to talk about?
I get that. I'd ask them to think about it differently. It's not about running out of content, it's about becoming the definitive source.
Right, the go-to expert.
If you can write 50, 100 in-depth articles on a very narrow topic, you're not just writing, you're building an asset.
Right, like we said before, a well-established micro-niche site can be worth a lot, either through the income it generates or by selling it.
Exactly. But even beyond the money, building a micro-niche site teaches you so much about online business in general.
Oh yeah, valuable skills.
Market research, content creation, SEO, marketing, all of it.
It's like a crash course in entrepreneurship, but focused on something you're actually passionate about.
And even if one micro-niche doesn't work out, those skills, you can take them to the next one.
You become more adaptable, more savvy.
Exactly. Now let's talk about making those micro-niche sites even stronger. Building an email list, that's often overlooked.
Right, we talked about lead magnets earlier.
Yeah, those freebies you offer to get people's email addresses.
But how do you actually turn those subscribers into like loyal fans and customers.
Consistent value. Don't just spam them with sales pitches.
Okay,
Share exclusive content, behind the scenes stuff, ask for their feedback.
so make it a two-way conversation.
Exactly. Make them feel like they're part of a community.
And as that relationship grows, they're more likely to trust your recommendations.
Right, whether it's for an affiliate product or something you've created yourself.
Now let's get ambitious. What about going beyond a single micro-niche site?
Ooh, I like where you're going with this.
How do you expand and build a bigger online business?
Well, once you've got one successful micro niche site, you can replicate the process with other related niches.
Okay.
Like, if your site about tennis shoes for clay courts is doing well, maybe you branch out into raquettes, apparel, training program.
You're leveraging that existing knowledge, reaching a wider audience.
Exactly. And then you can create a brand that encompasses all of those micro niches.
Oh, like an umbrella brand.
Exactly. So instead of just separate sites, you've got, I don't know, the Athlete's Advantage, and all your sites fall under that.
That's smart. Builds brand recognition, creates a sense of,
Synergy.
yes, synergy. Okay, but what about beyond those related niches? How else can we diversify and create more income streams?
So many ways. You could create your own digital products, ebooks, courses, maybe offer coaching or consulting based on your expertise.
Oh, that's a good one. Using your niche knowledge to help people directly.
And you could even partner with other businesses in your niche, joint ventures, cross promotions, all sorts of possibilities.
So many options. I'm feeling inspired. But before we get too carried away, what are some key takeaways our listeners should remember about micro-niche sites?
All right, let's recap. First off, micro niche sites, they offer low competition, fast profitability, and the potential for serious growth.
Right. It's a fantastic option for anyone wanting to build a business online, even if you're a complete beginner.
Don't forget that three-step process: passion, demand, profitability.
Find something to love, make sure people are searching for it, and then make sure there's a way to make money for it.
Build a great website, create killer content, drive traffic to your site, and explore different monetization methods.
And remember, it takes time and effort. But if you're willing to put in the work, the rewards can be amazing.
So what are you waiting for?
What unique knowledge or passion could you turn into a profitable online business? Take that first step today and start building your dream micro-niche site.
And remember, we're here to support you every step of the way. Be sure to visit wealthygoodlife.com for more insights, strategies, and resources.
It's a fantastic community of like-minded entrepreneurs, all on the journey to building successful online businesses. And as always, thanks for tuning into the Wealthy Good Life podcast. We'll see you in the next episode.